Want to do a real quick video here on the emergency rations I have started stocking. I did a video not too long ago about how I had went and purchased them, but I wanted to show a little more detailed video here. Now I'm not going to go in depth of what's in every box here, but you can see there's one of the barrels. I still got to pick up another barrel. There's some of my short-term supplies, which is the Mountain House stuff. That's the stuff I keep in the car. To have a box of this in each car, plus bottled water and the means to make it. So these are the boxes I picked up already. Now I do still have to pick up, I believe it's 9 of the big buckets. The buckets have like rice and brown rice, white rice, meal, you know, just cornmeal, just stuff like that in them, stuff that you can use for baking and for preparing meals. Now I'm not going to go into, if someone wanted me to go through what was in each box, well that would be a little difficult. So it would take a lot of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pan through the labels and you can pause wherever you want to read what's on the label. There's box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4. It's actually 4 and 5, and there's another 4 and 5. Those are all milk. So box 6, box 7, box 8, box 9, box 10, box 11, box 12, which is some cooking supplies like salt, soda, stuff like that. Box 13 is just a cookbook and some allocation sheet. And then box 14 back down here is another one of the regular boxes. So there you can see what's in the actual box one at a time there. And like I say, there's one of the big 55-gallon barrels. I still got to pick one of those up. And like I said, I still got to pick up 6 of the big buckets that go with this. They like would have the rice and stuff in it. And I'll show you like what each one of these cans that's inside here looks like. Okay, this is just a random one I pulled out here. This is the 9-grain cracked cereal. And I've tried this. It's actually pretty good. Put a little sugar and some molasses in it. It's really good, actually. These are cans. They're put together in Idaho, I do believe here. If this focuses in on that, I don't know if it will or not, but that's the Idaho product right there. Of course, it's got all the instructions, how to make it, the nutritional information on it. Just that stuff, the guy that sells this stuff, he actually comes to the gun shows and makes it there at the table so you can taste it. And this stuff is not bad. All the stuff that he sells is really not bad. If you want to know what like level of quality it is about like eating canned food. So it's not going to be like good home-cooked meals, but it would be like the equivalent of eating what I'd call a bachelor diet, like eating Chef Boyardee, things like that. It's about that level of food. Now some people have said, well, why don't you just get canned food, stock up canned foods on your shelves, that way you could use them every day if you needed to, and then restock them at your leisure. Well, see, there's the problem there, because I am very lazy and I know my limitations, and if I had stuff I could use every day, well, when I was out something, I would just use it, and I would never get around to replacing it, and then things would go bad, and I'd have a third or less of my supplies left in there. So with this, I'm not tempted to use it, and it will always be here for 15 years when I need it. So I know, like I said, I know my limitations, so I'm not going to go with the canned food. Plus, this is cheaper. Not only is it a little cheaper per meal to do it this way than doing canned food from the grocery store, but it takes up a lot less room. You could never store 6 months worth of canned food in the same space that you can store 6 months worth of food, or a year's worth of food. This is a year's worth for one person once I get the buckets. It'll be a higher calorie 1 year once I get the buckets. The way it is right now, it's 1 year, but it's at like a minimal calorie rating. I wanted to get it up to a higher calorie rating, so I got to pick up the wheat and the rice and everything else. And the beans, there's buckets and buckets of beans. There's like 9 buckets. I think 3 or 4 of them are just beans. So, got to pick up the rest of the stuff, pick up another water jug. With the 2 jugs I have, with the 2 55-gallon jugs, once I add both of those and then add my 40-gallon water heater, that's 150 gallons of water on hand, and we also have a rain barrel. So plenty of water, plenty of food now. This would last, like I say, my family of 4. With what we have with these other extra things right here, and what we have with this, I've got about enough food to get us through 4 months. Now this isn't a long-term society collapse situation. This is if things go bad, we have a major earthquake, we're stranded for a month or 2, we'll have plenty of food and probably enough to share over that time period. So not planning for the end of the world, just planning for natural disaster actually, because I do live in volcano and earthquake country here, so have to worry about that. We've actually had some rumblings, and we've had some predictions of a major earthquake in the near future. So that's what spurred me on to get this stuff. So just wanted to show what I had. That is what I have, and I will be getting, like I say, the rest later, but so far that's what I got.